Hello everybody, Jordan here, the PH is silent. We're tackling two more deities of the Forgotten Realms today. It's Oghma, the god of knowledge, and the Red Knight, goddess of strategy. Oghma, known as the Binder and the Lord of Knowledge, he is the deity of inspiration, invention, and knowledge. He represents knowledge in its raw form and idea. Some say he sits in judgment of each new spell created, but others say that is under Mistra's domain. He is cheerful and wise, humorous, and quick to smile. Many bards worship Oghma, as well as cartographers, inventors, lore masters, scholars, scribes, etc., professions dealing with lore, art, and story. One can tell a follower of Oghma by the silver scroll, the symbol of Oghma, worn by them on a chain as a necklace. Some say Oghma was there at the beginning. After Shar and Saloon created Tyrell and gave birth to Chantia, a traveler appeared. This was Oghma, coming from a distant realm to realm space. Seeing the chaotic landscape, he started to name and define his surroundings. Such was the power of these names that the concepts transcended their elusive existence and were bound to physical form in the material world. Oghma thus gave order to chaos and claimed a spot among the Faerun Pantheon. It is also rumored among the faithful of Oghma that he gifted the world with written language. Oghma has many friends in the Faerun Pantheon. Together, Oghma, Denir, Malil, and Gond are known as the deities of knowledge and invention. Although Denir and Malil are treated as servants of Oghma, Gond is a trusted friend. Oghma dislikes Mask, Cyric, and Bane, viewing them as threats to the balance he tries to preserve. Clerics of Augmon pray in the morning and perform two rituals during the day called the cornerstones of the day. The first part is writing some mystic symbols down in silent prayer, and the second is an evening ritual, where one shares the works of wisdom, song, and new knowledge. The dogma of the church revolves around knowledge and ideas. An idea has no weight, yet it can move mountains. To the followers of Oghma, knowledge is power, and that power must be used with care. His followers copy books and give them away. They try to put falsehoods to rest, seeking to preserve the truth. Many of them will take time out of their lives to teach a community how to read and write to further their knowledge and help grow new ideas. Clerics of Augmon are known as namers, which I believe comes from the story of Oghma naming the first ideas of Tyrell. The church welcomes just about anyone who is interested and is allowed to follow their passion of learning or teaching. Some stay within temples studying, while others take a direct approach and travel the world seeking new knowledge. The temples of Oghma resemble grand libraries. The church is supported by selling writing implements, maps, and other services to adventurers. There is currently some division in the church. Before the time of troubles, it was believed that the head of the church, Grand Patriarch Cullen Cordamat, was the terrestrial voice of Oghma, but he disappeared during the time of troubles. Now the church has fractured into two groups, each proclaiming that their leader is the new voice of Oghma. The debate rages on, and many are waiting for Oghma to step in himself and declare which one is correct, if either truly is. Candlekeep is the greatest center of learning in Faerun and one of the most holy places of Oghma. However, it is in High Moon that the temple, the Leaves of Learning, is located, which is the most prominent center of worship. The church has no military or knightly orders, and all priests of Oghma wear the same ceremonial dress of a white shirt and black and gold brocade. Next is the Red Knight. She is the goddess of planning and strategy, also known as the Lady of Strategy, the Crimson General, and the Grand Master of the Lance Board. People call on her to clear their mind and focus on tactics. She is lawful neutral and worshipped by fighters, monks, and tacticians. Her demeanor is calm and logical, but has a great wealth of compassion. It is said that the lady loves her followers, but would not think twice of sacrificing their lives to secure victory of her objective. She sees them as pieces on a chessboard, a path to her victory. The Church of the Red Knight is called the Red Fellowship. Contrary to Oghma, the Red Knight has numerous warriors that follow her. Whole armies worship the Red Knight, concentrating on planning and strategy for her battles. High-ranking members of the church often serve as generals or commanders for elite squads. The clerics of the Red Knight have authored tomes of military strategy and are often consulted before battle. When not working, her followers enjoy gaming, usually avoiding games of chance because there is little strategy in it. Clerics pray for their spells at night before going to sleep. Because the Red Knight is closely tied to that of Tempest, they share numerous holy days. The retreat is an annual event, a solemn ceremony where followers assemble and analyze past campaigns, strategies are discussed, and the knowledge of these are documented to be passed down to future generations and or new followers. The second largest holy day is known as the Queen's Gambit. This is an unwinding festival where followers predominantly play board games. Chess is a popular option. The Red Knight is a fairly new deity, elevated to divine status by Tempest. She serves him and often thinks of him as a father figure. This occurred shortly after the time of troubles. The dogma of the Red Knight's church seems to revolve around war and winning. Planning and strategy are what win battles, and winning battles is what wins wars. It is said that any fool can snatch defeat from the jaws of victory with fortune's aid. Only a master strategist can ensure lasting victory. And that's it for today. The Red Knight reminds me of Athena in wisdom and strategy, strategy, she would make an excellent choice for a paladin or a fighter with a holy side, although I'd love to see a campaign where a player is part of a secret army of Oghma. They work in secret to preserve Oghma's non-violent visage, but directly overpower and take items of knowledge from evil villains. Just saying, a paladin of Oghma might be a more interesting choice. Thanks for watching, everyone. New lore videos every Wednesday, and a big shout out to my patrons on Patreon that make these videos possible. I will see you all in the next one.